Let's hope the lag doesn't severely kick in. Is it seriously still lagging? This. It is still lagging. You've got to be kidding me. Even though YouTube dropped the stream quality on my end, I can still see it's lagging. Hold on. Is it lagging on your guys' end? Because I can see it lagging. Like if you look at the bottom with the clock scrolling across the bottom, you can see it. You can see it's like jittering a little bit. How convenient. It's not lagging anymore. Never mind, it still is. What the heck? You've got to be kidding me. My phone does not want to work today. I'm fixing that. That's a bad angle. At least I think it's not a good angle. I can still see it lagging. Okay, I think it's cut out now. I don't think there's going to be any more major lag. Okay, it's gone now. Sweet. Okay, so welcome Allison Rose. Congratulations on being the first person to chat, at least on my end. Hello Chris, Nate, Borsha, and Buster Plotmaster. How are you guys doing today? My voice changed? I don't think my voice has changed very much. I'm gonna be a second, guys. I'm gonna post the link on Discord real quick. I'm going to be a second, just starting, everybody. Probably already said that, but I'm going to say it again, because I can't. Okay. Welcome, Alex. How are you doing today? Oh, okay, Blockbuster. Yeah, my voice has a habit of changing in pitch a lot whenever I've been talking for a longer period of time or whenever I'm talking in a quieter tone. For anybody that doesn't know, I'm in the... I used to be top... shifted down to top 5, which motivated me to go and improve my time, just because it's been standing for about 3 weeks now, and I haven't improved it. Which, in my opinion, is it's been standing for too long, and I need to take it down. I was able to get one world record pace run yesterday. I was about 213 milliseconds going into lap 6, and my time is only 220 milliseconds behind world record. So I got one world record pace run yesterday, which was... it's what gave me the idea to do this live stream. I can actually tell that the top 10 has shifted slightly. Like, I don't recognize this guy being here. I don't recognize him being there. So people top 10s on this on this track now. Okay. I'm gonna start off with this stream by showing the world record time, the current world record, and showing the one place where they make their fatal mistake, which is where I'm able to save the most time over world record. It's up to you guys if you want me to roast or not, but my plan was to race my ghost, since I don't anticipate getting a world record yet. Hey, it's Elliot. How are you doing today? Just showing the world record ghost on Baby Park real quick. Their fail comes on, I believe. Yeah, they fail right there and they hit the wall and go wider than usual. That's where I can save the most time over world record. That's my time save. After this world record ghost is done, I'm gonna show my time. I used a slightly different mushroom strategy since world record mushrooms on lap 6, and I'm not used to that. I'm not used to mushrooming on lap 6, so I just do it the first 3 laps. Since generally my runs fail after lap 4. But that is world record. I'm still shocked that Yoshi is even the world record character on this track. Here, I'll also show my laps compared to world record laps. I top world record on lap 1, 3, 4, and pretty much those are all the laps I top world record on. 1, 3, and 4 is where I improve. And my lap 4 is actually better than world record's lap 7, which is crazy. So I actually technically also beat world record on the mushroom lap. I just did it in a slightly different place. I'm going to show my ghost. So I'm incredibly close. It scares me how close I am. Now you can see mine take lap 3 and 4 faster because I use a mushroom. Other than that, there's no major differences. You guys may not be able to see it, but I can see pretty much almost every single mistake I've made in this run. I can just spot them out by watching the replay. Like lap 3 there, I took the shortcut a little too wide, so I can actually improve there. And for some reason I honked there. I don't know why I did, but I did. Also, that wasn't a wall hit. I just barely clipped past the wall, so I only went outwards very slightly. But it wasn't outwards enough to lose time, since I was still in line with the turn, like I wanted to be. You can see there's not much of a difference in times between me and world record. Clipped in like Super Mario Bros. On the NES. Very true. Hey, Luigi064, how are you doing today? For right now, I'm just gonna race my ghost unless somebody wants me to go and race the world record ghost. But for right now, I'll just stick with my ghost. I just haven't played the track yet since yesterday, so it's gonna take me a little bit to get back into it. How about Yoshi? But I'm already using Yoshi. How can we double the Yoshi? Also, it may not look like it, but in my opinion, lap 1 is the hardest lap. Just purely because getting the last 4 coins entirely depends on how early you push right. You actually have to push right earlier than it looks like you have to if you want to take the turn tight and get 4 coins. If you push right a little too late, then you'll actually go on the very outward side of the coin's hitbox and lose a ton of time. Also, that first turn is incredibly annoying to take. A lot of my runs that fail in lap 1 fail right at the first turn. Hey, Mk8DX, how are you doing today? Rainbow Yoshi is a real thing. Let me check something in these rules real quick. Okay, there's no rule against it. Hold on. Also, after I played this track enough, it started to bother me how there's a baby pink gold peach statue on the outside of this on the outside of the track. It actually bothers me how there's a baby pink gold peach. I'm doing pretty good, Mk8DX. My mom was cooking some food downstairs for dinner for all 4 of us, but she knew that what she was cooking wasn't something I really liked that much, but I was still willing to eat, so she asked if I wanted any. So I said no thanks, since I had a stream planned, and then she immediately pretended to get sad and immediately said, "This is why I don't cook for you people, because every time I cook something, half of you don't want to eat it." But she's still cooking it downstairs. She was basically cooking hamburger helper stroganoff. I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm still willing to eat it. Only occasionally. I don't really enjoy the taste of it, but it's not enough to the point where I absolutely hate it. It'll take a little bit before I can start getting runs that go into lap 3 and 4, just because it's a pain in the neck to get past lap 1 and 2 and still be on a technical good run. I never actually got to play Super Mario Bros. 2 The Lost Levels, but I've seen speedruns of it, and it looks incredibly hard as a game. Especially with the warpless runs, they look really hard. I was able to play the original Super Mario Bros. On my 3DS XL. It took me about a week of attempting to beat the game without using save states, which is what the 3DS had the ability to do, which was make save states that I could reload. But yeah, when I finally beat the game, I was so satisfied that I beat it, and then I haven't touched it since. Mostly just because my 3DS XL has been having issues. It'll just randomly crash every now and then, so I haven't been bothering with it for right now. Oh yeah, I heard about that Blockbuster. I saw it in a video. I don't remember who made the video, though. Dork Knight. Hello, Fanatical. How are you doing today? Fork knife. I'm doing pretty good, Fanatical. Just grinding some baby park world record attempts. Hoping to at least get a PB during the stream. I'm only going to be streaming for about 2 hours. Because school starts back up for me tomorrow. School starts next week for you, Alex. What's my current PB? I have a 102.798. The world record is a 102.578. And I had a world record pace run yesterday going into lap 6 that I lost. I was about 213 milliseconds ahead of my ghost. And when I lost that run, I didn't even care that I lost it, because I was shocked I was even able to get a world record pace run. Like that just shocked me. And after that world record pace run that I lost, I didn't get a single one for the entire rest of the night. But I at least was able to get one, which is what inspired me to do this stream. You start on the 27th. Yeah, school for me starts on the 15th every year. Or actually no, it didn't start on the 15th every year. It starts on, I believe, the second Wednesday of every August. Yeah, it is true. At least I got one. I know how that feels, Fanatical. Whenever I practice Mario Odyssey speedruns offline, and I'm not even timing them, I always end up failing somewhere around, I'd say Bowser's Kingdom, just because the Mecha Brutal fight is so annoying for me to stay on the Mecha Brutal itself. So I always have to deal with constantly failing. Because pretty much because I had a moment in my Mario Odyssey live stream that I did with my friend Big Cheese, where I actually spent about half an hour on just the Mecha Brutal fight because I couldn't keep myself on it. I would just keep getting one hit in, then falling off. Ah, dang. After a while of running this track, I have been able to develop a slightly consistent way to land the Shroomless Cut. Since I mushroom the first 3 laps, I have to land it 4 times in a row without messing up, and still taking a tight turn after I do the jump. I can't rely on muscle memory alone for the jump, so I also have to rely on visual memory, knowing the placement of some of the flowers based on my angle. AKA if you look at my PB run, I generally jump across the off-road in about the same spot 4 times in a row. It's pretty much the area that I rely on to be able to consistently land the jump. Yeah, the NISC on this track is definitely annoying, at least to me, since I've run this track a bunch. But funny enough, I don't think the NISC is the hardest part of this run for me. For me, lap 1 is the hardest part of the run, since I always end up missing at least 1 coin whenever I make it through the first turn, or I hit the wall right at the start. It's one of the few times I've been able to take that turn tight and then not hit the wall or get forced outwards by it. That's one of the few times that's ever happened. And then I didn't even jump. What is Molly's favorite search engine? I have 0 clue. The only search engines I know about is Internet Explorer, Firefox, and Google Chrome. So I don't know about any others. Miiverse. Miiverse is definitely a good answer. Also, I don't know if jumping 2 times to the left makes me lose any time whenever I mushroom there, but it's what I'm used to. And it also helps me to take the turn really tight whenever I do it. So I don't know if it loses time at all, but I still do it just because I'm used to it. Hey, Blue Hedgehog Man, how are you doing today? No need to delete that message, Mitchell. Sonic, you mean Sanic? That was a lucky jump. I was not used to that angle. Hey, Dragonfire Crystal, how are you doing today? That was a really good jump. I rarely get those jumps. God dang! I jumped too early. I could tell that I jumped too early, just a little too early. Mistimed it by a few frames. Oh my gosh, Borsha. That is a good joke. I actually lose a fair amount of time at that first turn on lap 2. If I end up jumping as tight as I can actually save about 50 milliseconds just right off that jump. So it's actually a pretty good time save if I can land it. I was able to land that time save in my world record pace run yesterday, and then get 2 really good jumps after the mushrooms on lap 2 and 3. Oh, there's lag. I don't see any lag on my end currently. I have my stream loaded up on my computer, and I can see it out of the corner of my eye. But I don't see any lag right now. There was some lag at the start of the stream, which I had to fix by turning on and off airplane mode on my phone to fix it, and then just reloading the stream. Oh my gosh, Borsha. You're gonna stop with the jokes? Okay, then. Also, it may not look like it, but that first jump on lap 2 is actually harder to time than it looks. I actually have problems with timing that with only 7 coins, but once I have 10 coins, I don't have a major issue with timing it. But 7 coins, I have some major issue with timing it. Just because with 10 coins, I'm going ever so slightly faster, so I have a better timing for 10 coins than 7. Hey, Bam Shock Dog, how are you doing today? That was a meta lap too. It was a failed run anyway, I hit the wall. You're hungry, Borsha? You can go get some food. Hedgehog Man, I don't know what it's called at the moment, but I basically use the Joy-Cons attached to the controller. So I've always assumed that that's basically the Pro controller, but I just use Joy-Cons attached to the controller that comes with the system. Your brother uses the Pro controller, Blockbuster? Oh, okay, Blue Hedgehog Man. Hey, Mackie C, how are you doing today? Yeah, I would prefer not to talk about Logan Paul in the stream. That's not something that I like discussing or seeing in the chat during the stream. But of course I didn't mention it before, so it's fine. Does anyone know how to update the Wii U browser? I didn't even know you could do that. So nope, I have no idea how to do that. The only thing I've ever known about updating a browser is on my computer when my computer asks for system updates. And I'm gonna restart that run. Didn't have a good first turn or last turn. Your computer asks for system updates very often. My computer rarely asks for system updates because half the time it just updates itself without me having to do a thing. The other half of the time it'll ask. But generally other than that, it'll just update by itself when I shut down the computer. Hey, Dairy Tendo. And no need to delete that message either, McJaw. I'm assuming that was a mistake. Oh, okay, I see why you did, McJaw. Dairy Milk. Dairy Tendo is now officially Dairy Milk. You now have to add Dairy Milk to your name or change your name to Dairy Milk Dairy Tendo. Shock Cow. Shock Dog is now Shock Cow. Dairy milk is your favorite chocolate. My favorite kind of chocolate is milk chocolate. It's really good. Especially when it's Hershey's milk chocolate. I'm just obsessed with those. Welcome back, Blockbuster. Don't tarnish your good name. But somebody said somebody called you Dairy Milk, so now you have to change your name to Dairy Milk. That's how it works, right? Well, actually, never mind. If that's how it worked, I would have had to change my YouTube name a while ago. I've also been able to, during my attempts yesterday, I was able to pull some hilariously good lap 1s. I was able to PB on my best lap 1 ever. I was able to get, I believe it was a 10.394, something crazy. So I had a pretty good lap 1 in one of my attempts yesterday. I laughed when I pulled that lap 1, because then I immediately failed the first turn of lap 2 afterwards. There is no Dairy Queen, you drank her. Is the Dairy Queen secretly made of ice cream or something? Melted ice cream? I have that annoying moment every now and then when I get the start boost and then I hit the jump button and I don't even jump. It's annoying that I even jump sometimes when I hit the jump button. I assume it's probably because I'm hitting it too early though. Oh, hold on. Okay, that was just stream loading lag for me. Hold on. What was that? I need to take a look at that. Well, hold on. I saw that. Okay. I have no idea how that happened, but that was weird. Random lag spike. Well, actually, it was a combination of lag spikes. That was weird. Am I gonna race against the world record ghost? I'm only gonna race against the world record ghost if enough people in the chat want me to. Other than that, I'm just gonna race against my own ghost. So unless enough people vote on me racing world record ghost, I'm only just gonna race my ghost. Just because I'm more used to racing my ghost, and I get more nervous when I race world record. I can tell Shock Dog already wants me to race world record ghost. So if anybody ends up wanting me to race world record ghost, feel free to holler it out in chat. And if enough people vote for it, I will do it. Hello, Casey Kitchell. How are you doing today? Yes, if you want me to race my ghost, then type 1 in chat. If you want me to race world record ghost, just type 2 in chat, like Shock Dog says. And I'll take a look at chat in a little bit to see. Thank you, Casey Kitchell. Hey, there was a lag spike? Okay. Hey, Igueno, how are you doing today? Just as a note, we're all voting right now for which ghost I'm gonna race. If you want me to race my ghost, which is only 0.2 off world record, then type 1 in the chat. But if you want me to race the world record ghost, then type 2 in chat. Whichever one gets the most votes is the one I'm gonna do for the entire rest of the stream. I can tell everybody just wants me to race the world record ghost. I'm doing pretty good, Bueno. Hashtag 10 like hype. I really need to add a command for 10 like hype just because we've been hitting it more in streams more often now, where we've been able to hit 10 likes. I should add a Nightbot command for that. Also, if anybody wants to, I have a command set that everybody can type in for this stream, where basically you can use it anytime I hit a wall in the game. Where if you type exclamation point wall, it'll play a command. Well, Nightbot will say something in chat, pointing out how I hit a wall. Allison, I don't know how to update the Wii U browser, so you're gonna have to ask somebody else for that. I'll probably end up changing the wall command, but that's what immediately came into my head when I first thought of me hitting a wall, what I would think. Fanatical, as long as I at least beat my ghost and improve my time enough to get farther in the leaderboards instead of staying at 5th worldwide, I won't even care what time I get. So as long as I improve by at least 50 milliseconds, because 4th worldwide is 50 milliseconds ahead of me, as long as I improve by at least 51 milliseconds, I won't even care what time I get. Because my main goal is to PB it to such a point that I get higher on the leaderboards. Yeah, I don't even know what I set the cooldown on that command for, but I think I ended up setting it to like 20 or 30 seconds. I'm actually gonna go check. Let's see. I know it never has a command for it. I'll go take a look at that in a second. What did I set that for? $50. Well, I can't check it right here just because I'm not signed into my YouTube account, so I'll have to go sign in real quick in between attempts. I also can't see chat right now, so I'll look at it after this. Okay, well, let's see what chat's like. I'm gonna pause right here and sign in real quick. Log in with YouTube. Yeah, not bad, I know. I need to find a way to edit this command. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Settings. There we go. Now I can actually check. I'm just checking what I set the cooldown timer to real quick. Oh, I only set the cooldown timer to 10 seconds. There's only a 10-second cooldown. I don't even think I saved time on that lap. I think I tied my lap. I don't remember if I was 3 milliseconds behind or 3 ahead. Yeah, Shock Dog, I've had a lot of those attempts. Where I actually do incredibly well on lap 2 to the point where I'm not even in double digits behind my ghost, which is generally what happens on lap 2 every time. Just because I always take the last turn of lap 2 wider than my ghost does, because my ghost takes it incredibly tight. I still find it funny that I got this time at 2:30 a.m. in the morning about 2 or 3 weeks ago and I still haven't beaten it. Maybe at some point I should just get up at 2:30 a.m. in the morning again, pull out my Switch, and just start playing again to see if I can improve. It's obvious my luck is way better whenever I'm incredibly tired. A combination of Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. I've actually I've never gotten food from either of those places, but I have gone into those places before. The main pizza place by my house is just the Donato's. And then if my parents want to drive for another about 20 minutes, we can find a Papa John's, which their breadsticks are absolutely amazing. I gained 1 millisecond on lap 3. That's funny. I could tell that I jumped. I think that time I actually jumped too late. Timing that jump is way harder than it looks. If there's somebody in the stream chat that has actually put the time and effort into this track to get a good time, then they can easily vouch for me that NISC is way harder than it looks. Like there's been a couple people that have thought that it looks really easy when I do it live on stream, or when they look at my time, but then they try it themselves and then complain to me about how hard it is. Papa John's used to be good. I think Papa John's is still pretty good. At least the Papa John's by my house is pretty good. I've never had any issues with their food. I've always loved their food. McDonald's is disgusting. The only thing I hate about McDonald's is the food that they offer for breakfast. Especially the cinnamon melts. I used to eat those like crazy. But now I've gotten to the point where if I even smell them, then I feel like I'm gonna get sick, just because of the smell. That triggered a lot of people. And I'm not triggered by that message. It's to me it's half true, because it only applies to me. It only applies to the stuff that they have for breakfast. Other than that, I have nothing against their food. Well, actually, the only other time I have anything against McDonald's food is when they give us the wrong food. Because the McDonald's by our house always gives us the wrong food unless we check it. Like, there was a moment in time where my mom ordered a bunch of, a couple cheeseburgers and some chicken nuggets for me and my sister. And then we got home, opened up the bag, and they'd only given us the chicken nuggets. And they never gave us the burger. And my mom was pissed at that point. You went to Culver's today? I'm sorry if I messed up that name, but what the heck is Culver's? I've noticed that I actually have a fair amount of fans in Europe, or at least people that watch my streams or videos that live in Europe. Like it's pretty close to the amount of people that live in the Americas that watch my videos. Because if I look at my analytics, America is the country that has the most view time for my videos and streams, and then Canada's right behind America by just a very tiny margin. Well, actually not Canada, I mean Europe, but like just countries in Europe in general. I keep saying Canada for some reason. Fellow Englishmen. I don't even know how that drift got released so early. I held the drift button and somehow the drift activated. What the heck was that? What do you do in Switch? Okay, Blockbuster. That's cool. There's a lot of random burger places and where I live. There's just a lot of them. And another thing I can say is that the people who live here are not great at driving whatsoever. Like, I have my learner's permit and I can drive better than some of the people that live here. Not even joking. Some of the people here, I'm shocked they even got their driver's license. Because they just absolutely suck. Although I did end up finding out that apparently I live in the same state as Mangalore. I found it out from TWD98. Apparently I live in the same state as Mangalore, which I think is really cool. Oh, did the stream just freeze for me? Hold on a second. I think the stream froze for me. Okay, yep, stream froze for me, okay. Bad computer. Why are you freezing the stream? I know you can run better than this. And it's not as crazy as it is here, McJaw. There's been a couple moments where he's been on the freeway where it's about 60, like 55 to 60 miles an hour, and there was a bunch of people in incredibly fancy and expensive cars that started speeding down the freeway at like 80 or 90 miles an hour, and then honking their horns at people because they were going too slow. That's just one of the few things that's gone on over here. There was a moment where I was going to the movies with my grandma, and we stopped at a traffic light, and this guy who was on his phone, because my grandma could see in the mirror when he was coming up behind us, he was on his phone, not paying attention, and he rammed his car into our car when we were on the way to the movies, and stopped at a traffic light. We weren't even moving, and the guy somehow hit us. Oh, you went to the movies today, Blockbuster? What movie did you see? I haven't seen any movies lately, so I don't know what all is in the theaters. I lost time there. I got too high of a jump. A bad lap 3. Oh geez, McJaw. It's the exact same here. There was a person a couple days ago when my mom was driving home from the store where somebody actually made an illegal turn just because they were too impatient to go around. To make a left turn, then make a right turn, then make another right turn in about 15 seconds. So they decided to make an illegal turn into an area that they weren't supposed to go in through. And it's meant for only exiting, so they entered an exit zone. They entered an exit area just because they were too impatient. But where I live, the people do illegal things all the time while driving, just because they're too impatient. Like literally nobody here has any patience. It's ridiculous. Okay, McJaw. See ya. Thanks for coming by the stream. Hope you enjoyed. Okay. I'm only going to be streaming for another 55 minutes, unless anybody wants me to stream for an extra half hour, which even if enough people want me to, it'll probably be unlikely, just because I promised my friend Vampsy I would play some Minecraft with him after the stream. Okay, Blockbuster, see ya. Have fun at that stream. Hope you enjoyed this one. I don't feel like I'm gonna PB during this stream. Been at it for an hour and 7 minutes and I still haven't PB'd. Actually pretty crazy. Shows just how hard it is to improve your time on this track once you hit top 10. The 0.3 improvement I had going from 8th worldwide to 4th worldwide before Alpha improved his time was literally just a lucky improvement, aka the 2:30 a.m. in the morning run, which is the one I'm racing. And it shows just how good this ghost is. And after I made that improvement and I posted a picture of it, people have started referring to me as the DLC Baby Park God. I don't know why I got that title, but because I've just been confused ever since people have started calling me the Baby Park God. Because I mean, like, I know I was top 10 and I improved my time by 300 milliseconds and I'm already in top 10, but I don't feel like I deserve a title like that. What about the Mute City Ghost? My Mute City time has gotten incredibly good, but about a week ago, me and Big Cheese started racing before who could get a 1 minute 52 second run first. I knew I could get it pretty quickly since my best laps already gave me a 152.9. But I decided to run Baby Park after I saw Alpha's picture of him improving his time and knocking me down to 5th worldwide. So after I saw that picture, I decided to stop Mute City attempts and start grinding Baby Park. So I've been grinding Baby Park off and on for about 3 or 4 days now. And I've so far had 1 world record pace run, and about 30 to 40 PB pace runs that weren't world record, but were at least 100 milliseconds ahead going into lap 7. So I've had a few good runs over the course of the past 3 or 4 days. But a lot of my runs have been failing in lap 7 just because I'm so nervous, because I'm so close to world record. And I'm shocked that I'm ahead of my ghost as much as I am. So it just makes me go nuts and get incredibly nervous. The funny thing is, generally during time trials, I am incredibly calm. But when I'm on a really good pace and I'm close to a goal that I've set that I'm about to achieve it, and I'm on the run to achieve that goal, I start freaking out because then I start thinking, but what if I mess it up? I was playing that to a 200cc pro in a the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe section of a Discord server yesterday, and he was telling me, he was basically just saying, don't be nervous, just floor it. When he says just floor it, he was basically telling me to just go and do it. And to not be nervous. But it's hard to not be nervous when you're about to achieve a goal you've been at for a while. And this track is my first opportunity to get a world record, which a Mario Kart world record in general is a goal that I set up about 2 years ago, and it's taken me about 2 years to get a chance at that goal. Welcome back, Nintendo. Hello, Sasha. How are you doing today? Don't beat your record. What is your time on this track? Are you in the top? Are you in the top 4? Because I'm 5th worldwide. Yeah, Nintendo, if you're confused on what I was saying to Shock Dog, I was basically just explaining to him about how I've been incredibly nervous lately whenever I get really good runs on Baby Park, just because I set a goal to get a Mario Kart world record about 2 years ago, and up until about a month ago, I didn't even stand a chance at getting that goal. But this track is my first shot at that goal, and I'm taking it immediately. I'm pretty much taking the opportunity I have. Because during my grind session yesterday, I was able to get such good laps that I could top world record by around 70 milliseconds. But I can easily make my lap 7 about 100 milliseconds faster. So my theoretical limit is around 170 milliseconds faster than world record. So I have a pretty good shot, but I haven't pulled off a good enough lap 7 to come anywhere near my theoretical limit. My theoretical limit is just what the sum of my best laps is. Yeah, it wasn't a good jump. Your name is Creek Gannon and you're 4th. Yes, Nintendo, I am determined. I actually want to see. Yeah, I'm 150 cc. Oh, you were talking about 200 cc? No, I'm still gonna check this. Yeah. I actually check this. Oh, yep, I see it. That's actually a pretty good time for that track. For this track, good job on it. Good job on it, Sasha. I haven't attempted to run this track on 200cc yet because I've been so focused on 150cc. And I've pulled some hilariously good lap 1s. But also, earlier a bunch of people voted for me to race the world record Ghost instead, and I forgot to do it, so I'm gonna do it now. So for the rest of the stream, I'm just gonna be racing world record. And the way I found if I'm on world record pace whenever I'm racing the world record Ghost is if I finish lap 4 and I'm at least 350 milliseconds ahead of my Ghost. That's how ahead of world record Ghost. That's how I know that I'm on world record pace against the world record Ghost. That's at least the easiest way for me to tell. Oh yeah, Luigi is the world record character on Baby Park 200cc. And there's only one Morton world record in this game, which is on, I believe, Moo Moo Meadows 150cc. The one thing I'm actually wondering is if somehow a baby character would be faster on this track. The only problem that would arise is doing the streamless cuts. That's really the only problem that would arise for a baby character on this track, just because they'd be a lot slower. Ludwig? I don't know if Ludwig would work. I believe Ludwig's a medium weight character, and his Yoshi is lightweight. The baby characters, Toad and Toadette are all, and Koopa Troopa are, and Dry Bones are, oh, and also Bowser Jr. are all featherweight. Yoshi is in the lightweight class. I believe Ludwig's middleweight, along with Mario, Luigi, and a bunch of other characters. Yeah, I have zero clue. I don't even know if a medium weight character would be faster on this track because I've only ever seen world records using lightweight characters and the occasional medium weights. A new strap for baby characters. I was shocked when I saw the first baby character world record on 150cc. I saw the video on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Records and I thought, hold on a second, is this actually a thing? And then I thought it would be the only time it ever happened. And then, like, 4 other tracks almost immediately, within the same week or so, got world record improvements with baby characters. And I thought, you've got to be kidding me. There's no way this is a thing. Why is it a thing? I'm okay with it now, just because I can see why the baby characters would be faster. It's just the strategies and routes are so much harder because you have to add in so many extra drifts into the run. And it's harder for me to add them in just because I have to slowly add them in and make improvements over time. Like with Mario Kart Stadium, I'm using Yoshi right now. I've only added the first streamless cut and the third streamless cut. I haven't even bothered with the second one, which requires jumping into off-road, then doing another almost near frame perfect jump off of that off-road to avoid slowing down to jump onto the ramp. And then get a trick off of it. It doesn't save much time, but it still saves enough time to be viable to use. Ah, dang it. Shy Guy is a lightweight? No, Shy Guy is a featherweight. The only lightweight characters in the game, I believe, are Yoshi, Peach, and Daisy. I believe that they're the only lightweight characters in the entire game. Yeah, I have, the way I know if I'm on world record pace is if I'm at least 350 milliseconds ahead of my ghost going into lap 5. That's how I know if I'm on world record pace or not. And I've only been on world record pace once, which if I were to compare those laps to world records laps, I was about 398. Actually, no, I was about 343 milliseconds ahead of world record. Because I was about 213 milliseconds ahead going into lap 6, I believe. and my time is only 220 milliseconds behind world record, so it is incredibly close. God dang it. Had so many moments where I go to jump, but then I don't jump and I only release the drift boost, but the game doesn't render the jump. I don't know if it's to me mistiming it or to me just hitting off-road then losing the ability to jump. Also, whenever I race world record, I always end up taking wider lines, just because, again, I'm racing world record Ghost, and I'm actually able to improve on it, so I get incredibly nervous. Tied world records lap 1, and then immediately head off-road. To be entirely honest, world records lap 1 isn't world records lap 1's okay, but I've generally been able to top it pretty often. At least whenever I'm racing my Ghost, I can top it pretty easily. Whenever I'm racing world record Ghost, I don't top it as much on lap 1, just because I'm racing the world record Ghost, and I'm just about as good as world record, so I get incredibly nervous. How did I make that jump? I have never done that before. I've never jumped from that kind of angle before. God dang it, clipped off-road. That was a really good run. That's about the farthest I've been able to get into any run during the stream. The main way that the world record Ghost gains on me is just literally by taking ever so slightly tighter stringless cuts than I do. You can very quickly notice how just taking a turn ever so slightly tighter on this track saves so much time. I went from being about 298 milliseconds ahead to being about probably like 240 ahead. You could see just how quickly it saves. And plus, since I'm using a different stream strat than world record, the front-running music always plays, and I always get nervous during the front-running music playing. Like I am never calm during front-running music. You will never ever see me get calm whenever front-running music is playing. I never get calm. I just get more nervous. I agree with that fanatical rip. I also have a habit for hitting X at the start of every attempt. I don't know why I do it. But after I've raced this track so much, I personally think that the wall collision on this track is very weird. Because you can come incredibly close to the wall, still not touch it, but you still end up going outwards, as if you are touching the wall. And the off-road hitboxes on this track are definitely weird as well. They make no sense to me. I've never understood them. And also the main way that the best way, like the only real way you can save time on lap 1 over world record is to let your mushroom boost go for a longer period of time, and then release your UMT later than world record because if you release your UMT as early as if you release it right as you make it around the turn, then then the UMT actually cancels out the mushroom boost, and the UMT takes precedence. So you actually lose time if you release it as early as possible. So it's generally best to drift for as long as you possibly can and then releasing it. The longest that I've been able to hold it was until right when I was in front of the second coin and I jumped and I was able to clip the third coin's hitbox. That was the run that was the attempt where I was able to get a 10.394 lap 1. That was that attempt. And you can also save time by drifting as tight as possible going into those coins. Of course it's hard to turn tight consistently there. It's incredibly hard. Ah, dang it, off-road. That was a really good first 3 laps, though. Those laps actually closely matched the first 3 laps I had when I was on the world record pace run. Those laps closely matched it. The only laps that were slower were 1 and 2. Lap 3 was about as fast as I've been able to get it. I can only do it ever so slightly faster. Probably only by about 20 to 30 milliseconds faster. Which 20 to 30 milliseconds of better improvement against world record is quite a lot. Funny enough, that lap 1 ties my ghost, which is hilarious. And walls. I'm just gonna do that command because I can. I put all blame on that wall. Also, if anybody has any ideas for netbot commands they want me to add, then feel free to mention them in chat. Or if you are in my Discord server, you can just send me a direct message that way, and then give me your idea of a netbot command I can add. I've only gotten like 1 request for a netbot command, and my real life friend just set it up himself without even asking me first. So he just ended up setting it up, and then I had to get rid of it since it was set up, since he didn't add the exclamation point. So if anybody ever typed MkDog into chat, as in like all lowercase up in 1 full word, it would just get netbot to say quality content. So I had to get rid of that command, since I know people would say MkDog like that a lot. And you could try typing that in if you want, but the netbot command's gone, so it's not gonna work. What do you mean, Allison? The timing of the message confused me. Is that meant for somebody else, or was that directed towards us? It's gonna be a bad lap 1. Yeah, it's a bad lap 1. You know a YouTuber that was born in Canada? Oh yeah, Shock Dog. I only ever do that whenever I am doing a run where you actually have to mushroom right at the start. I think really the only time I do it, because if I do the horn with the timer, where on a track where you have to use your mushrooms on shortcuts instead of right at the start, I always end up messing up the timing and either not getting the max start boost or I burn out most of the time. I can always just add in I can just always do something else that I do, which is like whenever a time trial attempt loads up and it goes like do 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 do, I can just spam my horn to that beat. So I can just do that instead. I do that quite a lot whenever I'm doing time trial attempts on tracks where you mushroom right at the start. But I've never done it on tracks where you have to use mushrooms on shortcuts. I always mess up that jump. I always seem to jump either too early or too late. I lost 1 millisecond. Ah, dang it. The funniest thing I could actually do is that if I am on a run that's on world record pace, I could just start spamming my horn. Because I've seen people do that before. And then everybody always ends up laughing at it whenever Mario Kart 8 Deluxe World Records posts the video. Everybody just comments on why was he honking his horn during a world record run? Yes, fanatical, the hitboxes. They are weird. At least, at least to me, the weirdest hitboxes on this track are the wall hitboxes. Like, the only way that you could see how I hit that wall is if I actually finish the run and then load it up in a highlight reel. That's really the only way that you can see if I hit that wall or not. And the way it works is like the very edge of my bike touches the very edge of the hitbox, so the game just forces me outwards instead of counting it as a hit. Like, that's a hit because I full on collided with the wall. But the other moments I've had, I'm drifting through the off-road, and I use my mushroom, and then I get forced outwards instead of the effects of hitting a wall getting rendered. So I've always assumed it's like a wall clip. That was just barely avoiding the wall. Like, I just barely avoided that. I am not used to turning into the off-road from that angle. I did it once during my PB, but that was just a lucky jump. Yeah, it's not my best lap 3. But that lap 2 was pretty good compared to world records. Because world records lap 2 is actually faster than mine by like 40 milliseconds, so I technically saved time on lap 2 over my ghost there. And I lost time on lap 1. Actually, it's only an 11 millisecond time loss for lap 2, so that was actually a really good lap 2. My world record pace run was able to save about 10 milliseconds over world records lap 2. About. I didn't keep track of all of the laps, but I do know that I did see a minus 0.213, which was crazy. Should have screenshotted it, and then just shown the picture. And that minus 213 was against my ghost, not world records. So if it was going against world record, it would probably be about, I'd say, like 343 milliseconds or so. Since I use an extra mushroom. Yeah, that's the best one I've been able to pull. That run was pretty good. Yeah, you can see that world record slowly gains time on me by just taking ever so slightly tighter turns than me. It's the main way it's the only reason that the person who ran this track was able to get world record, just because he was able to take ever so slightly tighter turns over the previous world record. Because world record loses tons of time off of that wall hit. Like, you can see that I save about 100 milliseconds on lap 4 just by not hitting that wall. So you can see how crucial me not hitting the walls at all on this track is. Because you can see just how much time world record loses from hitting walls. Yeah, that's the issue, is the front run music. The only way I can avoid hearing the front run music is if I mute the game, but I want you guys to be able to hear it. So I'm not gonna mute the TV. If I raced the world record ghost more, then I would be able to get used to staying calm during the front run music. Because as far as I know, it's pretty much natural human nature to get nervous when they know they're front running and they're doing really good. Because the front run music only ever plays if you're doing way better than the person or people you're racing. That's the only time that the front run music ever plays, is if you're doing better than everybody else. And I run into that issue for laps 4, 5, and 6. At least for the first turn of lap 6 is when front run music plays. It doesn't play for the last lap. It doesn't play for the last turn of lap 6 just because world record uses their mushroom and gains tons and tons of time on me. Hey, Big Cheese. I noticed you changed your name. Shock Dog, if you can you post the splits the time saves that I had against world record? Because Big Cheese, I actually had an incredibly good run going earlier before you came in. I had a run since I'm racing world record ghost, and I used mushroom on lap 3 instead of 6. I was like 280 milliseconds going into lap 4. Actually, no, leaving lap 4 and going into lap 5. So I was really far ahead. But thanks for the good luck, Big Cheese. I don't know if I said that or not, but I'm gonna say it again if I did already say it. That was a really good turn. I'm gonna save tons of time on this lap. Holy cow, that is a good lap. Oh my god. Okay, that's the official new best time save on lap 2 yet. Actually, no, lap 3. That's the new official best time. I actually topped my entire best lap 3. That was my official new best lap 3. Jeez. If somebody saw the lap time for that, they need to post that in chat, because I'm making a list of my best laps, so that way I can keep track of them. So if somebody has the timer for that lap, or if they want, they can go back to get it, then I want to see it, so that way I can write it down. Okay, Shock Dog, thank you. Thank you, Big Cheese. I personally wouldn't say that I am a god. There are so many people out there way better at this game than I am. At this point, I would think that I'm just a respected player in the community. And this track is really my only world record potential track. This is really my only world record potential track. Yeah, Shock Dog, I saw that, but did you end up seeing the lap timer at the top right of the screen? If not, I can just go back into the stream and take a look at it. I know it just happened. Okay. I'll probably pause it in a second to see if I can get it. I'm actually going to go back into the stream and see if I can get it. Because I want that lap time. I want that freaking lap time. That was a good lap. Where is it? Oh gosh, Big Cheese. Where is that run? I know it's in here. I think I'm coming close in to where it is. I think this is it. Okay, I got minus 10 sec. Minus 10. Okay, yep, this is it. What is that freaking lap? Oh my god, I need to see this lap. I'm also keeping a track of that lap. Let's see. So you need to make a note. Okay, that's lap 2. Oh, 8.379. Yes, oh my gosh, that is a good lap 3. That is the new best lap 3 I have ever pulled in a run. I have never gotten 0.3. That is crazy. Before then, the best lap 3 I had ever pulled was about an 8.409 or so, which was already an incredibly good lap 3. But that's an insane lap 3. I'm keeping these down in my browser. And that extends my limit to beating world record by around 100 milliseconds. So that's already incredibly good. And I already know what my best lap 1 is, so I can easily just jot that one down real quick. Okay, there. Cool, Big Cheese. How have you been doing with Mute City lately? Have you gotten any new improvements? Shock Dog, I would generally prefer the splits, but if you want, you can also add in like the time save or the time loss. It's entirely up to you. But I've had some pretty insanely good laps already this stream. So even if I don't PB, I at least was able to improve my laps in such a way that I can it gives me a bigger range of time for me to improve on the world record. That's an awful jump. Okay, Big Cheese. I'll see if I can come back to that stream if you end up doing it. By splits, I think you mean like the time saved or lost. Because that's like time gain or loss where you're doing like plus or minus a certain amount of time. That's time gain or loss. Splits is the actual lap time. I can't even focus after that insane lap 3. Can't even focus. Like that lap 3 alone beats out world records lap 6 by over 100 milliseconds. That's crazy. God dang it, didn't even jump. You keep giving Shock Dog hints for your 50 subscriber special. I would generally, if I have a game planned for a subscriber goal, but like I have a game specifically already planned, I generally don't like to mention it.
Did I hear something about a subscriber goal?
No. That's Big Cheese's subscriber goal.
Dang, bro. Well, good luck.
Thanks.
Thanks.
That's my sister in a nutshell, barging into my room, unannounced. That's my sister. It was my sis. It was my sister. My sister always barges into my rooms. It always seems to barge into my room during streams, and she always does it unannounced. She pretty much comes in when she wants to. It gets annoying after a while, just because there was a moment that I had during my 32-track 150cc speed run. I believe it was where she actually came into my room and brought in one of the new puppies that we brought home, and the puppy ended up knocking over my phone and taking out an entire track from the speed run, so I was unable to submit it then. Because if you plan to submit a speed run, you have to show the entire video. Yeah, so I was unable to submit it, and she refused to pick my phone back up after the puppy knocked it over. So after that I had to pick it up myself. At least to say is I wasn't happy. I was not happy for the rest of that stream. And it happened literally in the last cup of the stream. Like, literally, the third to last race, she knocked my phone over. And made me unable to record the entire rest of the video and then submit it. Yeah, Big Cheese has already seen the clip. He's seen the clip of my sister walking into my room holding a puppy, and then the puppy knocks the camera over. I asked her if she can pick my phone back up, and then she walks out of my room while ignoring me. Big Cheese does speak the truth. Although I'm not time trialing Mute City until after I get world record on Baby Park, because that is my end goal, is to get world record on Baby Park. Because obviously my long-time goal has been to get a Mario Kart world record. And this Ghost Dive Racing is my one chance to get it. It's an awful run. Yeah, Big Cheese is 7th American, and he's pretty much been trying to reclaim his title on Mute City since I took it from him on stream, and he hasn't been able to get it back since. I've given him his chance to get it back. But once I get world record on Baby Park, it's back to Mute City to get a 152. Since me and him have been racing for about a week or so to see who can get a 152 first. And I found my way to get the 152. But I'm giving him his chance to get it back. So you better act fast, Big Cheese, because once I get world record on Baby Park and you haven't improved your time yet, I'm going for that 152 before I finally stop on Mute City. Because a 152 is my ultimate end goal on that track. Because I'm just having such a hard time even saving time. Because the only real way we can save time in our runs now is to execute the mushroom shortcut faster and execute the shroomless cut better. Yes, Big Cheese has to act fast. What is world record in Mute City? It's like a 152.2 or something. I forget exactly what it is, but Big Cheese can check if he wants to. I know that it's a low 152, and that it's really close to a 151. Yeah, 152.289. Yeah, Big Cheese knows it. So I was right when I said 0.2. It is a low 152. And the world record on this track is only a 102.578. And I've already got good enough laps to top it. World record is possible for me then. Wait, which track are you talking about? Which track are you talking about, Fanatical? Are you talking about Baby Park or Mute City? Because if we're talking about Mute City, it is unlikely I'm gonna world record on Mute City. My best laps on Mute City give me a low 152.9, which is only 700 milliseconds off world record. And the only way I can improve my time on that track is by taking the incredibly risky route for the mushroom shortcut that world record does, which is to take the mushroom shortcut without braking at all. They just go wide, turn into it, and then immediately drift the entire turn. Which I would have to figure out how to get used to doing that and get it 3 times in a row, and then also executing the streamless cut with pretty much absolute perfection and not messing it up. Because world record lands the streamless cut 3 times in a row and lands directly on the ramp without touching the off-road at all, so they don't get slowed down at all. Oh, world record actually breaks? Well, if they do break, it's probably by not very much. It's probably just like a slight tap or so. But all I know is they take that turn incredibly fast. They don't even slow down at all to do it. The only other track I could see myself possibly getting world record on is Rainbow Road 150cc, because I have a Yoshi time that's only 1.5 seconds off of world record, and it actually makes top 10 American on MK leaderboards. I just haven't submitted the time yet, mostly because I need either picture evidence of the splits, which I don't have. Or video proof, which I do have. Okay, Big Cheese. I can tell you right now that I'm not gonna get world record today unless I do it in about 30 seconds. Because this stream's like coming up right on the 2-hour mark. I can tell you right now that, in my opinion, Big Cheese is way better at Mute City than I am. He improved his time by way larger margins than I was able to. Like, he literally went from being about 600 milliseconds behind me to only 5 milliseconds behind me in literally about a week or so, which is crazy. Because my Mute City time was already pretty good. Oh, hold on.